and we're going to watch 3 or 4 episodes of it, kind of get our first impression on it, and give you guys a little review. So this week we decided to start with what I had really high hopes for, but we'll get into it a little further, and we're going to start with Trigun Stampede. So if you guys don't know, Trigun Stampede is basically a reimagining of the classic 1998 show Trigun. It was released around the same time as Cowboy Bebop and absolutely blew up in the US. Huge following. So I guess we'll head over to Moondog. Like, you want to talk about the first impression you had of Trigun Stampede?
Yeah, I can. We can try, anyways. My first look at it, it's not good. Like it's
Straight to the point.
it's not good, boys. Um, it's actually a really popular show, and a lot of people are behind it as well. They seem to like it. Me, I I don't. I'm
Did
gonna
you
give
like
it
any of the characters?
a I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10 for me right now. Like it's low. The biggest complaint for me is the animation. Is CGI, and which is fine. You know, CGI is fine. But for me in Trigun, it doesn't seem very smooth at all. It seems clunky and jittery. Especially up close character talking scenes and just up close scenes. It's rough for me to watch.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with you. As somebody who has watched the original Trigun, this is just doing it no favors. The CGI really doesn't do it for me, and frankly, if that's the route that anime is going, I'm gonna stick to watching the classics. It really just, it felt like it took away from the story a bit. You know, the other one was a lot darker, a lot grittier, and the CGI just seemed really bubbly.
It did.
The character design changed to, like, Vash is that guy, like that spiky hair he had originally,
Hmm.
money. And
Yeah, I think CGI. You can do a completely CGI anime, but Trigun Stampede, it seemed like it wasn't done properly, right? Tyler was saying, it seemed jittery. There was a lot of like frame drops in it. It just seemed like they rushed the animation a little bit, because they use CG in Demon Slayer, Chainsaw Man, this most
Yeah,
recent
they
One
look
Piece
really
episode,
good, you know?
and you can make it look really good, but you have to take the time to do so.
And
and
like
I
far away scenes, like it looked fine, it looked good. But when you start getting up close, and especially watching their facial movements and stuff like that, it was bad.
It
I
really
don't know how
was.
anybody can watch that and not see that, you
Yeah,
know.
and like what you don't want is like your animation to take away from your story, right? So I was sitting there thinking the whole time, I was like, "Am I gonna get used to this animation that's going on right now?" But I just couldn't. I couldn't. So I agree with you, Moondog. I gave it about a 4 out of 10. Um, maybe
I
a
didn't even.
5.
I,
It was pretty mid. It's pretty
Yeah.
I'm
mid.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't watch enough of it to give it a rating. Um, I was dead ass about just to go put on the original Trigun. They changed the story in a lot of ways too. I mean, first off, Vash is and will always be a $60 billion man. None of this 6 million bullshit. And they kind of changed the way the story was told. Like, you don't get into Vash's backstory as much like they did until pretty, I don't want to say pretty far, but, like, there's a decent buffer of content before you dive into the story of Vash and Knives and all that. So I feel like, I don't know, the changes weren't right. If you've never seen Trigun and you can get past the CGI, maybe it'll work for you, but I just couldn't do it.
Well,
Right.
I've never seen Trigun before, and which I know Dan has. I don't think Bass has
I
either.
haven't either. Yeah, and I
And
still couldn't get into it,
I was so lost and confused through. I think it was 3 episodes I watched. I had no idea what was going on. Kinda, I thought I needed more information, like for the plants and stuff. So I was just lost. I didn't even know what planet they was on. Like if it's different than the one that they escaped in the ship from. I assume they went to a different planet. I don't know. We don't know. That's my whole point. I would like to
Exactly.
know, you know. Um, Another thing that I really didn't like was the music was so overbearing in certain scenes. Like it didn't need it at all. Like it was just so loud. I don't know about y'all, but that's one thing that I do not like. I don't like loud music in scenes, especially when it's not needed.
Yeah,
Right.
it
If it's distracting you from what's actually going on, because music can add a lot
Yeah,
to
it
something.
can.
It can give you clues about what's about to happen, but it shouldn't be overbearing like you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely agree
Did
with that.
did y'all think it was overbearing at all?
Yeah, I definitely did. And like Bass was saying, music has a great place in shows to convey image, or no, I guess not imagery, but you know what I'm saying, convey imagery, um, set a tone, set a mood, whatever. But not when it's so loud you have to turn the volume down every 30 seconds to
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
actually have your brain work. But yeah, no, I think all of us are going to agree that Trigun Stampede is not getting the anime Degens pass. So that is one that we are not going to recommend. If you have something that's going to change your mind, let us know. We'd be happy to listen to your opinion and get an idea on it. But unfortunately for us at the time, we're sticking to the $60 billion man, not this new $6 million man.
Yes, sir. I agree.